100.
We're joined now by singer Beverley Knight and music journalist Paul Gambaccini. As a singer, Beverley, what did she mean to you?
I cannot overstate the importance of her vocal ability, her technical vocal ability, in impacting on not only my life, but on the lives of just about every single female artist that has come since she arrived on the scene.
Why? What was the specific? Was it a gift? Was it hard work?
Absolutely a gift. You are born with that kind of vocal. Her intonation, the clarity when she sang, the notes, the clearness of the notes, the vocal control that she had, the power behind some of those long notes that she held. These are things you can't just learn, you know.
Paul, for you, where does she sit in the list of all-time greats?
Well, she's certainly in the top 10 of the 20th century female vocalists, and as Beverley said, the important thing is that since she came out, she's been the template for female vocalists for the past quarter century. The difference is she brought gospel and R&B roots to put feeling into the technique. So all the people who've come afterwards, the reality show contestants and even Mariah Carey through Christina Aguilera, you can hear that it's a bit insincere. They're trying to do what she already has done with more feeling.
When you've heard her perform, haven't you?
Yes.
When you heard her perform later in her life, as we now know, she was still very young then, wasn't she? Could you hear a change?
It was obvious from the first line that she sang that there was a major issue.
Was this recently?
This was about 3 years ago. She performed at a fundraiser, and everybody was great and good were there. And she went on to sing the Shoop Shoop song, the Waiting to Exhale, which is one of my absolute favourites. And it was apparent that her vocal range was diminished. Within a certain area, she was fine. The minute she stepped out of that area, she was in trouble. And her songs have always been noted by, you know, the kind of range of notes.
Of course, yeah.
And so every single song she was singing was a problem. And I'll be honest, I'm not ashamed to say I left in tears because I just couldn't, as a singer, I couldn't hear that. I couldn't hear that woman like that.
But yeah, she had that effect on many around the world. Paul, she was flawed. She spoke about her drug problems, and sadly, I don't know if she actually dealt with them. And you know, but the untimely demise of Amy Winehouse, and people are asking the same questions: are these guys getting the help they need?
In previous eras, people could suffer periods of drug problems in silence. From their biographical films, we know that Ray Charles and Johnny Cash went through periods of addiction, and they came out the other side. But we didn't know at the time that they were having these problems. Now it's played out. Therefore, the role of the people who are around them does become important. Now, we do know that Whitney Houston, her mother, heroically went to her and said, "This is intervention. You are coming with me now. You are either coming to rehab or to television, where you will announce your retirement." And she went to rehab, but it didn't work. Therefore, we have to say that sometimes having loving people around her, including her mentor, Clive Davis, who was very close to her, isn't enough. That's the tragedy which so many people who go to Narcotics Anonymous or who have known addicts know. Sometimes having a loving person isn't enough. The problem is internal. It has to be worked out, or else you're in deep trouble.
Terrifying, and we've seen that, as you say, with Amy Winehouse, with their families still desperate and wishing something could have been done. Good to speak to both of you this morning. Thanks very much indeed.